6 more games in match day 1 of the Premier League on Saturday. 2 home wins, 2 draws and 2 defeats. Let's start with the champions, Manchester City. How good were they? How impressed were you, especially in the second half against West Ham?
I'll try to be neutral here, but just try to remember a bit of a West Ham fan. This was, from a West Ham perspective, embarrassing in the end. From a Manchester City perspective, I thought it hit all the right notes. Maybe for them a little bit of an uncertain start, but then once they found their stride, once they figured West Ham out, you saw exactly what has made them champions over the last couple of years. You saw exactly why many people, including myself, have them as favourites.
Billy Sharp came off the bench and scored. I mean, he's a player that the United fans love, the Sheffield United fans love. And it's been a long time coming, that goal.
It has, and not just for Billy Sharp, but I thought Sheffield United equipped themselves very well against Bournemouth, who has exceeded all expectations over the last couple of years. Sheffield United, a newly promoted team, going to Bournemouth. You thought they'd struggle, but in fact, I thought the point was very kind to Bournemouth. And Sheffield United, long trip back up north, wondering how they let 2 slip.
But Bournemouth are a team who are fun to watch middle to front. Ryan Fraser, Callum Wilson, Josh King at the back. I know Nathan Ake is there. They played Diego Rico today. They look like there's a bit of a sieve in there. They're going to concede.
They are, and I guess that's kind of part and parcel with Bournemouth. Ake himself slightly unsettled over speculation linking him with Leicester City. Maybe that played a part. Maybe I'm just offering him a cheap out here. But I think Bournemouth, again, will continue to improve and get better. And maybe, especially what we saw in the opening 60 minutes or so, not a fair reflection of them this season.
Should we be surprised that Everton drew 0-0, given how tight they were defensively in pre-season?
I'm a little bit surprised given their signings, and in particular when you bring players like Moise Kean in and all these.
He came off the bench.
I just expected more from Everton as an attacking force. Listen, you know what they're going to do defensively. I just felt kind of, again, more, given the sense, was more a signal of what to expect of Everton, more their ambitions for this season. And I just didn't see that.
Burnley, for me, are like Susan Boyle.
Yeah.
She stands up on stage and you think, all right, what's this? And then has the voice of an angel. Burnley, Ashley Barnes, 2 goals for him. They're one of these unfashionable sides, but 3-0 win over Southampton was impressive.
The result itself is impressive, and especially when you consider how Burnley looked early on. Again, you didn't look great to start with, and you just wondered if this was going to be Burnley all over again. But then show their experience, why they continue to stay in this league. As ugly as it was to start with, they get the goal, and then all of a sudden, that's when they're at their best. When you have to take chances, when you have to leave gaps, they capitalised, and credit to them.
It's not how you start games, it's how you finish them. Spurs didn't start well, but finished it really strongly against Villa.
Yeah, they did. And credit to Aston Villa, who I thought looked very good, particularly defensively. A bit of a defensive, I don't know what to describe that as, by Davinson Sanchez and Rose in allowing Villa to take the lead. And then Villa defended resolutely. But Spurs continued to knock. And just when you thought it was going to be frustrated, Ndombele with a fantastic finish just to create the opportunity. And then Grealish, kind of sloppy coming out from the back, allows Spurs to get their second. And then you saw Harry Kane at his easy best in scoring the third. It's a game, I think, that Spurs fans will look back on and realise how disastrous it could have been. But then you come away with a 3-1 win and you realise, okay, we're just hitting our stride, how good it possibly can be.
I have deliberately gone out of chronological order because I want to end this roundup of Saturday's games with Brighton. Because a lot of people had them in the bottom 3. New manager, what to expect. They got rid of Chris Hughton. Was that the wisest move? 3-0, they won at Watford.
Yeah, and a convincing 3-0 as well. Potts comes in and does an outstanding job on today's evidence. You have to say that. Keep in mind that these two teams, 14 points separated these two teams at the end of last season.
And Brighton were 14 points below Watford last season.
Exactly, and just about surviving. Then, as you say, a change of manager who's kept them in the Premier League over the last couple of seasons. That's not easy. and then a difficult road trip to start with against a team where, again, if you are wanting to stay in this league, you more look at how you fare against teams in the bottom half of the table as to be a guide as to what you'll find out or how you will fare. Let's be honest. Right now, Brighton just thinking stay out of the bottom three and that's the job done. On this showing, they could set their sights a whole lot higher. I know it's a long way to go yet, but it's a great way to start for Brighton.
Indeed. Manchester City hit 5, but Harry Kane got 2 goals and all 3 points. And as Susan Boyle mentioned as well, we've had it all today.